fọ́fọ́ lágbàlá wa máa ní. Power FM yóò ti wá máa ní. Ètò tó gbámúṣé lágbàlá wa lẹ́ ó ti gbọ́. Power FM yóò ti wá máa ní. 365 FM tiwa máa ní. Power FM yóò ti wá máa ní. Èmi Ṣẹ́gun Fowórà lóní kẹ́ máa gbọ́. Power FM yóò ti wá máa ní.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy.
A very good afternoon to you, dear listeners out there. We welcome you on behalf of the management and staff of Power 365 Online Radio. I welcome you to yet another interesting edition of Politics Today on Power 365 Online Radio.
Stay connected on Power.
You know how we run our show here? On Power 365 Online Radio. We bring you stories and active stories on politics in Nigeria. On the politics and polity of Nigeria. We've been looking at the political terrain of River State and the power tussle between a godfather and his godson, his estranged godson. And if you remember quite well, I told you that the politics in River State the political crisis in River State has been taking a downturn of over 12 years now. First of October 1960, okay, besides, let me say congratulations to the Olubadan designate, Oba Wolabi Olakuleyin, who clocked I think 82 yesterday. Happy birthday, Baba. Igba ọdún kan ni o. So it's still politics today on Power 365 Online Radio. Okay, so let's talk about politics in Oyo State. In recent times, in the space of about 1 week or two, Oyo State government has presented staff of office to virtually all the obas, all the lingering monarchs in Oyo State. The Oni Lora of Ilora has gotten his own. The Oni Fiditi of Fiditi, the Alawe has gotten, and these obas are actually from Oyo town, or let's say they are from that Oyo axis. Virtually all the obas in Oyo who could not become obas when the Alafin was there have been given their staff of office. And so the big question is, when is the new Alafin going to emerge? The past Alafin ruled for about 54 years. He died exactly April 23, 2022. He died at the age of 83 years old, and he was on the throne for about 52 years, making him the longest reigning monarch in Oyo State and probably in Nigeria. He died at the Afe Babala Teaching Hospital at Ado Ekiti. When he died, his remains were received by his children at Idigba. And if you remember so well, Adeyemi succeeded Alaafin Gbadegeshin Ladigbolu II in 1970, and he was crowned the king on January 14, 1971. And ever since he died, there has been lingering court cases and courts and forth and back on the next Alafin. There has been so many politics on the issue of Alafin. Conflicting stories from Oyo Macy's.
ní generation tiwa 76 kọ́bọ̀ péré ni là ń ṣe $1 kan lọ́jọ́ sí.
There has been so many controversies trailing the Alaafin store. In about in year 2023, the Agunloye royal family liberated the Gbadigeshin royal family. Remember, the Alaafin store about 28 ruling families are jostling for the title of Alaafin of Oyo. In 2023, May 2023, 9 royal families that claimed that they were excluded from the selection process of a new Alaafin. They came out and protested their exclusion from the process. Remember that in 2023, about 119 aspirants were shortlisted, but 57 people were interviewed. The 9 royal families that protested back then in 2019 were the Adeitan family, the Olanite family, the Tela Agbojulogun family, the Tela Okitipapa family, the Adediran Esep Apata family, the Adeshokan Baba Idode family, the Adesinyon family, the Abidekun family, and the Adelabu Baba Ibadan family. Adelabu Baba Ibadan. And for this reason, the issue of new Alaafin has been taking a long process. In fact, it is even known that about those 9 families have sued the Oyo State government. This is part of the things, or part of the impediments against the emergence of a new Alaafin. Meanwhile, all the sub towns around Oyo, all the towns in Afijo local government now have their obas. The Alawe, the Ilora, they have all been crowned as kings now. There was a time in 2023 when the Oyomesi came out to say they've selected an Alaafin elect, that they were merely waiting for Governor Seyi Makinde's official announcement. The whole of Oyo town became so joyous. They took to the streets and were rejoicing. Then from nowhere, the Agunloye family came out and they dismissed what the Oyomesi had said. Berating the Gbade family. But we thought the Gbade family was the next royal family for the Alaafin. Then the Aguloye family are saying no, it is not the Gbade stone. In fact, there was a press statement to this effect which came out in September 2023. So the question remains that who is the next Alaafin? Additionally, what is Governor Seyi Makinde doing about the Alaafin store? This is taking quite a long time. Indigenes of Oyo are getting so impatient as we speak. Yes, and they are getting so impatient as we speak.
Òṣèlú Nàìjíríà o, olórí Nàìjíríà, ibi tá bá ń kó wà rè é wí fún wa lọ. Ọmọ Nàìjíríà, ọmọ Nàìjíríà, níbo la.
All the royal families have been laying claims to having right to the store. Just this year, the Atiba family ruling house, they insisted that they have right on to the vacant store. In fact, they urged the government to beware of some people parading themselves as members of the ruling house. As we speak, there are two pending cases on the enthronement of the new Alaafin at different courts in the state. One of the suits was filed by Bashorun of Oyo Town and 4 other high chiefs against Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde, the Attorney General of the state, and the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters. Also, the descendants of the late King Abiodun Atiba, that's the Atiba Adediran Royal Compound, are presently in court challenging their denial of the right to the throne in the same court.
Olórí Nàìjíríà, òṣèlú Nàìjíríà, ẹ sọ fún wa ní ìgbẹ̀yìn òmìnira ni.
The head of the Atiba family, Paraji Adediran, affirmed that their patriarch, who is Prince Abiodun Atiba Adediran, left behind 3 surviving male children who are the bona fide members of the family. He said the offsprings are Isikilu Adedeji, Telama Konjola, and Asiru Sonda. Remember, I told you that the Basharon of Oyo has he filed a matter or a case against the federal government, the Oyo State government, and the case, as we speak, is in the High Court, sitting in Awe. The suit is marked HOY/41/2023, where all the chiefs, the high chiefs with recognized titles, namely Yusuf Ayola Basharon of Oyo, Wakil Oyedepo Laguna of Oyo, Amuda Yusuf Akiniku of Oyo, Wahid Oyetunji Are Ago Basharon, and Gbadebo Mufutao Baale Alapo. Nearly 19 months since the throne became vacant, there has not been an official announcement of a new monarch by the Oyo State government, with many blaming the kingmakers for delaying the selection. Now, the point I am making here is that it's the politics from the end of the kingmakers. Are they the ones delaying this process? Because if you look at it critically, the kingmakers, why did they go to court? That is a question that begs for answers. There is even a submission that the kingmakers selected Lukman Gbade-Geshin. Lukman Gbade-Geshin is from Agunloye ruling house, and they forwarded the name to the government in that 2022-2023. And the kingmakers are asking the court to compel government to complete the process of selecting the new Alafin based on their recommendation. But the question is, was this particular process, was it free and fair? About 9 ruling houses have come out to say you did not give them fair hearing. Now they are imposing, or they are asking the government. Yes, probably the next ruling house is the Agunloye house, because that's what most of us heard, that the Gbade-Geshins are next in line after this Adeyemi. But then you should give all the ruling houses fair hearing. Now this has given back to court cases, and the government's hands are tied. There's nothing the government can do when there is a case in court. So the question we should ask on the Alaafin's matter, remember that the Alaafin, the kingmakers, had already filed a case initially where that was struck out by the court. And then there's also this case of Baba Ladigbolu. Baba Ladigbolu is an archbishop, but I think at this point Baba must have withdrawn from that race. He is a prince and he is a friend of the late Alaafin of Oyo. So our appeal to the government and kingmakers in Oyo is that they should expedite action on the selection of a new monarch in Oyo town. We appeal to you, the government of Oyo State. We also appeal to the people of Oyo, and we appeal to all the kingmakers. Please find a point where all of you will come together and all of you will agree on. Ìlú tí ò sí ọba kò sọ́ṣẹ́. Ìlú tí ò sófin kò ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ níbẹ̀ ò ṣe gbogbo alamọ̀ ẹ̀. Bákan náà, ẹni tí ó sì máa ṣe aṣojú ìjọba tí ó sì máa ṣe aṣojú àwọn ènìyàn òun náà ni ọba Aláàfin ní ìlú Ọ̀yọ́. Fún ìdí èyí, a bẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tọ́rọ̀ kàn, àwọn aláṣẹ ní ìgànnì ní ti apá ìjọba àti àwọn aláṣẹ ní apá àtàwọn tó ń fi ọba jẹ, ìyẹn àwọn afọbajẹ. Kí gbogbo wa ká jókòó pọ̀ kí ẹ dẹ̀ rí dájú pé ẹ wá nǹkan ṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ Aláàfin wà Aláàfin ò sí yìí. Nítorí wípé ó ti kọjá láti 2022. Ìlú wa kò sọ́ba níbẹ̀. Olúkálùkù kàn ṣe dandan kiri. Ẹ dákun, kódà àwọn ìlú kéréje tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ìlú Ọ̀yọ́, gbogbo wọn ló ti gba dé báyìí, gbogbo wọn ló ti lọ́ba. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ la wá bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ọ̀rọ̀ kàn. Ẹ dákun, ẹ wá nǹkan ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ Aláàfin yìí. Ó ti tó àkókò, ó sì ti kọjá àkókò náà. Títí dìgbà mìíràn tí ẹ máa gbóhùn mi. My name is Olamide Adeniji. I'm your host for today, and it's my appeal to all those that are concerned that this matter really concerns government and those who are in the role of making kings. Please find an equilibrium point where all of you will sit together and you would make sure the town of Oyo forges ahead. Thank you very much for listening to Politics Today. Until next week, when I bring you another version of Politics Today, please enjoy your day and enjoy your weekend. Make sure you rest well in preparation for the coming week. God bless you. Goodbye.
This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.